Was the world created in 7 days? As the first story of creation tells, so at the beginning of the book of Genesis, in the Bible. Well, based on the previous video, I can say this first, because these 7 days are details that seem to indicate how God created the world and that it does not directly concern our salvation. In a pinch he could have done otherwise. Well, the Church says, it is first of all in the realm of science, of realist philosophy to decide to see what is true in this story. As far as religion is concerned in this story of creation, there are some things revealed to be essential, for example the fact that it is God who created everything, and that the sun, for example, is only one big lamp. This is not true from the scientific point of view, it's more than that, but he is not a God. So the doctrine of salvation is what is revealed by God and the rest, science, and it's up to her to pronounce. What does science say in relation to the creation of the world? And clearly, now with all the research that Concord and since St. Thomas Aquinas asks us to use all these contributions of science, the world was not created first in 7 material days, but it was not created either in 7 major periods. The world is created on the other hand, there are stages, of appearances of things. Some of the steps described in the Bible, surprisingly, are entirely related to science. So we would be tempted to say, well, let's continue. Yes, but unfortunately other steps are completely absurd. One step, which was mocked in the 19th century, was the very beginning. God says that the light is and the light was. First day, and the sun is only created on the 4th day. And so people laughed, saying, even if they could have known that it takes the sun to have light. It took 1905 and Albert Einstein to show that in fact, the beginning is a fabulous energy, which is identical to light but dark energy. Initially, there is no visible light, so this world is concentrated. So it works, and at the same time it does not work. On the other hand, what is absurd and which shows that it cannot be a science book is that the green plants, bearing fruit, are created on the 3rd day and the sun is created on the 4th day. It's not right. The cause to know the sun cannot exist after, I would say, the effect, the photosynthesis. On the other hand, what the science confirms is that there have been stages of improvement. Indeed, appears first of the matter, and in the first second after the Big Bang the constants are put in place. One could almost say that the 1st day, matter appears, 2nd day, its intimate structuring, and this 2nd day lasts only a second in Earth time. And then, the world will be structured to form the planets. It will last billions of years. Next step, the appearance of the first living on the Earth. This is a fundamental leap, about 4.5 billion years before the present. And then, radically new species at times, with sections of DNA that encode vital functions in an absolutely amazing way. We try to find a theory to say that it would have been done alone. But everything was programmed at the beginning. Sometimes there are organizational leaps so great that obviously not everything is explained by the theory of evolution, even if a lot of things are explained by the theory of evolution. And finally, indeed, a last perfection, the appearance of the human mind, which can go beyond the concrete of everyday life to think of abstract things, like eternity. This is indicated as being the 6th day in the Bible, so it has some correspondence of steps, but it should not be taken concordistically. It is necessary, in this domain, because one is Catholic, to make science, a lot of science, then after, like a game one looks at all the concords while knowing that the text speaks first of the doctrine of salvation. What are the dogmatic landmarks given by the Church? What is true in this first text is that God is indeed the Creator, secondly that it is God who has infused this structuration little by little, He is present, everyone is nourished by His energy, third dogma, that the human soul does not come the evolution of matter but that it is created directly by God, by a unique act of creation and that, Pope John Paul II does not stop remembering it.